All right, now that you've done your hook in the engage step, it's time for explore, which is super fun for kids. And I can't wait to share some ideas with you. Let's get started. Well, I'm Fleur with Aloha Monday Teaching, and we have been exploring a 5E lesson, and you can watch any of the videos below. I put links to everything in the description, including blog posts and everything. So next is explore. That's what we're talking about today. So after engage, after you've hooked your students with what you're going to teach them, it's time for them to explore what they are going to learn. And according to the San Diego County Office of Education, this is what they say about explore. Students will investigate objects, events, or situations. So this is where they plan investigations, gather data, create initial models, try different ways to solve a problem or answer a question, and they compare and they discuss with each other. So this is based on the blog post here, and we're going to talk about 4 types of activities that students can do during explore. And a lot of these they can also do during elaborate, or it can even be, some of this can even be part of your engage. So it really depends on what you're teaching. So just remember, this is really flexible. All right, so here are the explore activities that we are going to talk about. So we're going to talk about research, labs and experiments, analyze data and models, and stations. These are some things you can do during explore. So research. So after giving an investigation question, students can research the topic. So you'll want to provide students with websites, videos, reading passages, and other material that will be helpful in their quest. For example, if you're teaching about ecosystems, you can ask them, okay, what is a keystone species and why are they important? And they'll have to research it. And the goal of Explore really is to get students learning about the topic that you're going to teach them. So when you get to explain in the next step, you will be able to relate what they've learned, and then the students are going to make those connections and build their neural links. It's all for the brain and learning. Another type of activity that you can do are labs and experiments. So this is just an image of things that I have done with my students during Explore. Well, one I did during Elaborate, but you could definitely do this during Explore. Like I said, it's really flexible. So you can see in the top left with those cups, that is a cell model lab that I've done with my students to teach them about the cell membrane. We've done electric circuits, just basic circuits where I just give them the materials and they have to figure it out, how to make the light bulb shine. And then I'll challenge them with other things like here's 2 batteries or here's 2 light bulbs, that sort of thing. We did celery to show them, like to have them learn about vascular tissue. And this is just a picture of an air pressure lab that I like to do with my students. And that gets them thinking about like, what is actually happening when there's differences in air pressure. So you can do labs and experiments, and these can be students can come up with their own labs too. If you just set the parameters and give them the materials and pose the question, they can also do their own lab. But all of these that I've done are just here. The labs were teacher directed, and the activities like the circuit and the tissue was just like, here, go explore, see what you can figure out. Another thing you can do is have students analyze data and models. And models includes anything that are 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional. So it could be diagrams, it could be an actual model that you have. Like I teach about cells, and so I have the big 3D cell models that could be used during Explore, or like the Earth science, those Earth models, it's all those things. So an example is, let's say you're teaching about volcanoes, You could show a graph about volcanic eruptions around the world, or you could show a diagram to show where these volcanic eruptions mostly happen. And this could lead to them discovering the volcanic activity in the Ring of Fire, which then you'll later use in your explain. And stations, this is one of my favorite ways to have students practice knowledge, but you can do this during Explore. You can also do this during Elaborate. I know Kessler Science uses this during Explore, his Explore step. So these, you could do a vocabulary station, reading station, computer station, make a model station, any station you can come up with that students can explore the topic that you will explain the next day or later that class period. So stations help students by guiding them through the whole Explore step, and it gives them different opportunities to gain knowledge about the topic. So let's wrap this up. During Explore, students are investigating a concept. They can research, conduct labs and experiments, analyze data and models, and they can also work through stations. All right, it's your turn. So in your next unit, come up with some ideas you can use during Explore, and then check out these other videos that you might like about lesson planning and engaging your students.